All right, today we're going to dive into an AI tool that isn't just another chatbot. Not even close. This thing is a personalized research assistant, and it's really designed to change how we learn and create from our own stuff. It's called NotebookLM, and honestly, it might just solve one of the biggest headaches in AI right now.
You know the feeling, right? You're just drowning in a sea of PDFs, notes, articles, trying to connect all the dots. So you turn to an AI for help, and what happens? It starts hallucinating. It just confidently invents facts out of thin air. And that, right there, is the biggest reason we can't fully trust AI for serious work. So, how do you fix an AI that makes things up? Well, you put it on a leash. See, a general-purpose AI roams the entire messy open internet for answers. NotebookLM, though, is what we call source-grounded. It's tethered only to the documents that you give it. Your information becomes its entire universe, which just massively cuts down the risk of it going off the rails.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with that information overload problem we all feel. Then we'll dig into Google's grounded solution. After that, we'll see how it becomes your personal assistant, check out some really wild game-changing features, and then get into how you can become a real power user. And finally, we'll talk about the most crucial part, the human in the loop.
You know, it all boils down to one thing: trust. If you're doing any kind of serious work, doesn't matter if you're a student, a researcher, an analyst, a creator, you just can't afford to be second-guessing your tools. You need an AI that's not just smart, but one that's provably accurate.
And that's precisely the problem NotebookLM was built to solve. It's powered by Google's pretty amazing Gemini 1.5 Pro, and it was designed from the ground up to tackle that trust issue head-on.
Okay, so let's hammer this home. Source grounding. The AI's intelligence is literally tied to your curated information. It is forbidden from just wandering off onto the internet. Its entire world is the content you hand-feed it. This isn't just some small feature. It's a fundamental change in how this AI actually thinks. And what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means accountability. Every single answer NotebookLM spits out comes with these awesome little numbered citations. You can click on any of them and bam, you're taken to the exact sentence or paragraph in your original document that it used. It's not just giving you an answer, it's showing you its work.
So that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does this actually work in the real world? How do you take a messy folder of files and turn it into this unified knowledge base that you can literally have a conversation with?
Well, it all starts with what you feed it. And the platform is incredibly flexible. We're talking PDFs, Google Drive files, web links, YouTube videos. You can even upload audio files or pictures of your handwritten notes. I mean, come on. It's built to handle information in pretty much whatever format you've got it in.
So what kind of stuff can you actually do with this? Well, a student could upload their lecture notes and instantly get a study guide. A sales rep could throw in some product sheets and case studies to whip up a tailored proposal. An insurance agent could upload a super dense policy document and just ask it plain English questions. Or a project manager could upload a meeting recording and get a clean summary of who's doing what. The possibilities are kind of endless.
All right, now we get to the stuff that's, honestly, a little bit sci-fi. It goes way beyond just summarizing text. NotebookLM has a couple of features that really do feel like a sneak peek into the future of how we're going to interact with information.
I want you to really think about this for a second. What if, instead of just reading a summary of your documents, you could actually have a conversation with them? Well, that's exactly what this audio overviews feature does. You click one button and it creates a podcast-style chat about your documents, with two AI hosts breaking it down. But here's the mind-blowing part. There's an interactive mode. You can literally jump into the conversation and ask the AI hosts questions in real time, telling them what to talk about next. It is without a doubt one of the coolest AI features I've ever seen.
And get this, it's not just about audio. You could upload something like a business plan, and NotebookLM can automatically write a script for a video pitch from a first-person perspective, and it will even create the supporting visuals to go with it. It basically becomes an automated presentation maker. It's wild.
Okay, so you get the features, but how do you go from just messing around with it to getting like top-tier professional-grade results? It's all about how you steer the AI.
This right here is the key to becoming a power user. NotebookLM can now actually go beyond just your documents. Fast research gives you a quick look around the web, but deep research, that's a whole different beast. It basically becomes your own little research agent, creating a multi-step plan, going out and investigating for you, and then coming back with a full report, complete with citations.
Now, to make that deep research feature really sing, you've got to give it a solid prompt. Don't just type in a lazy question.
Give it a role, like you are a senior market analyst. Give it a task, the main goal. Give it context, like what to focus on and what to ignore. And finally, tell it the format you want the report in. When you do this, you're basically programming its whole research plan.
And that leads to probably the most important mindset shift you need to make with these tools. This is not a vending machine where you put in one coin, one prompt, and get one perfect answer. It's a collaborator. You need to have a back-and-forth conversation, using a technique called prompt chaining, asking follow-up questions to dig deeper and shape the output together.
All right, let's bring it all home and talk about the most critical component in this whole system. And that's you. This is all about finding that sweet spot between incredible automation and your own critical thinking. So, what does this all add up to? What's the real-world impact? Well, one analysis of a full research to draft workflow found a potential efficiency gain of around 95%. I mean, that's not just making things a little faster, that is a total game changer for how work gets done.
But, and you really need to hear this is maybe the most important takeaway of the whole thing. AI is an accelerant for your brain, not a substitute. Remember, it's grounded in your sources. If your sources have mistakes, the AI will confidently repeat those mistakes. You are still the boss. You're the final checkpoint. Your job is to use those citations to check the big, important claims before you move on.
Look, Google's basically handed us this incredibly powerful and free ecosystem of tools that can completely change how we work and learn. The only real question left is, with this new power to understand and synthesize information at your fingertips, what are you going to build?